Okay, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another VOD review. This will be for AQT. He's playing Jet on Haven with a Diamond Peak rank. I think current rank is something like, yeah, it looks like gold platish. But this game should be a bit higher level than that, since I think this was taken pretty soon after the ranks reset. Call Seaburst. I don't have an issue with that. On pistol rounds, it's good to go as 5 people together. It's just easier to execute. Not that it's really better or worse, but it's easier to work around. You should always check the close corner, but yeah, that's a fast time.
I think I heard one doors.
Yeah, I don't know if the comms are different. I'm sure you don't have an issue with your comms, but typically we call, well, typically I call that garage. But I guess doors can mean garage doors, so I'm not nitpicking you. I'm just commenting on it. It's just I haven't heard that comm before.
At least one CT.
So I'm okay with the smoke play as long as you go in the smoke ready to fight. You could have gone in here earlier, and I think it would have been better just because you can hold their walk in. But the timing you went in is okay as long as you're really ready to fight when you walk in. Since when you walked in, it was very likely somebody was there just based on the timing of what occurred this round. Over there, so as soon as this guy swings Brim and Brim starts fighting, you have to swing here because if Brim loses, you need to get this trade. And a proper trade is when you are pretty much 2v1ing someone. If your Brim is dead and then you take a fight, that's not trading. That's just another 1v1. That's just 2 1v1s. So you should have peeked here. I think Brim shot like 6 shots and the other player, the other Brim maybe had 2 right clicks of time and you still didn't peek. So you do want to do that. You have to be quite aware of that since it's really important, especially in like low number post plants like this round. Like here, same thing. If you swung to help this Brim fight this Reyna, you probably just kill her. And if you already swing it earlier and Reyna peeks into 1v2, you're just going to kill her. You get that kill either way, but imagine the timing. Imagine you're swinging that earlier and just actually trading Brimstone and playing with him. Then you kill this Reyna so much faster and Jet's not peeking you yet, and you can get a fair fight. But yeah, that's a big mistake on your part. That's definitely something you have to do next time. Like there are a lot of things that I'll tell you that are like more like optional, like preference based, but like trading is just you have to have done that round. There's no other you can't excuse your way around it.
Enemy kill.
I'd pick up the Bucky, you know. It's much better for where you're playing either way. Yeah, not a big deal. It's an eco round. No real complaints.
They're playing 2 on A though.
Look out for their rift walker.
Yeah, and then 1 on B means 2A, right?
Get out of my way. Reloading.
You call that they played 2A, which is fine, but you don't really know because they could be playing 1A link, 1B link, which is more common. The typical setup that's played by people who are maybe more coordinated or on the team is have like a Sentinel A, 1B link, 1C link, 1 garage, and then 1 on C. That's just the B link players both have really fast rotates, and the player on the other side that's not in danger can cover it really easily. So that setup is more common, but it's fine. It's fine to go A. Either way, it's fine to go A. I'm just letting you know that's another very likely option.
Boys, let's go.
Follow me.
This is good. You know you killed 2, so you know you can just knife out the whole time. Did I skip your video? I don't think I skipped anything. Oh no, it just...
Follow me.
Did you lag? Maybe you lagged. I don't even know. But yeah, that was weird.
Stay zombie, bro.
Raze is watching the flank. You decided to help your Phoenix. That's fine. You go back to cover the flank, which is okay. You should knife walk here. Yeah, you should be a bit faster. Not a huge deal as long as you get the kill, but you could be a bit quicker. It's just once Reyna flashes, you know she's gonna walk. She's gonna go there. You can just knife walk. It's a bit quicker. You can pass a bit more directly, and near the end, you can also run a bit earlier if you wanted to. But it's not a huge deal. The way you played it guarantees the kill a little bit safer. It just means that you miss some timings to help your teammates. Yeah, you peek on them pretty much the right timing. I think you peeked a little bit late. I think if he was actually sticking it and he was on the bomb when you swung and you didn't insta headshot him, you might have lost. It's pretty close. So I probably peeked a little bit earlier. So there's a couple ways you can play this. So it's very likely he pushes you. He knows your sewers. Well, it's pretty likely your sewers, and odds are he's going to tap it and come peek you, or he's going to get it to half and then hold for you. Okay, these are the two most likely options. And here he did the second option, but the way you capitalize on this is there's two ways. First, to beat the first option of him peeking you, when he taps it, you just hold it like you did. That's what you do. To beat the second option of him sticking the bomb halfway and then getting off and holding you, you have to have the right timing for it. So you sit there and hold it for a very short time, and then you'd go and peek it a bit earlier. You'd peek it about when he was half, because as he's getting to half and getting off of half, he needs to take his gun out, and there's some like setup time, and that's when you can abuse him. Another like final option is, if you think somebody's going to try and get it to half, you can peek them as soon as they tap the bomb, and they'll lose every time. It's a bit of a gamble, and you have to find out what kind of approach you like to take, but those are the options, and those are different ways you can play it. Also, at the end there, you can just like make a misstep, shoot the box, spam the box a little, and jiggle it, and if you don't see him, then you can just like dash back into sewers. Like, there's a lot of ways you can play it. The way you played it is fine, but I won't say it's very safe, because you peeked him after he got it to half already. Well after you got it to half already, and you just straight up took the 1v1, and you didn't decommit after seeing him. You straight up fought him for a few seconds, and then you just won because he whiffed. But this is totally a world he kills you here. Like, this is a very wide peak. It's a very aggressive fight. Once you can see to here and you know he's not sticking the bomb, you're done. Like, it's you don't need to know anymore. Anything else here is extra. If he just wins against you, if he just beats you in this gunfight, you lose the round. But this round is already won because of your positioning. You shouldn't need to rely on winning a gunfight to win this round. You know, use some audio cues, some jiggles, just get him off it, and then you can just run back in your little corner in sewers.
Let's go.
Yeah, just the goal in Valorant overall is to eliminate unnecessary risk, because if you don't have any risk, then you have no chance of losing the round.
Turret out.
So the way you peek mid here is pretty poor. When you get, so first you miss the B hop on this box. You get stuck on the box before you jump. You can B hop smoothly on top of this box for starters. But second, once you're out mid, they can be here peeking you. Like, the way, this is how I do the mid push. I walk down mid on this side of the wall, and I get free kills on people who jump out like you do. And on Phoenix, if he's alone here, I can see his head over the box. But you have to have your gun out ready to fight this angle. I don't know if you've just never been pushed like that before, but happens to me every like 4 Haven games, I'd say. So it's a pretty common occurrence. But yeah, you just have to have your gun out ready to fight this, and you peek this very deliberately from the box, ready to fight, because people push down here like so often. And the way you jump out, it's just that you're not ready when you fight these angles. The way you jump after this box, you take your gun out too late. You should be switching to your gun right after you jump, since if you jump with your knife and switch to your gun, you maintain most of the momentum from the jump. So the knife is already useful, and then you switch to your gun a bit earlier to be ready a bit faster. But here, if there's someone actually on this angle, you will die. You just lose, because your gun's not out, your crosshair's not out, nothing's ready yet. So you just some things to clean up in your movement. And here, your crosshair is not placed on anything, and if someone's holding you here, you're just going to die. You're not ready to fight any of this. Like, you need to visualize the angles in your head, and before you peek them, you need to think about how you want to peek them, and then deliberately actually peek them properly. Since just the best way to describe this is kind of like it's like lazy, right? Like, your crosshair here, it's not watching anything, and if someone peeks you from this side of the box, your crosshair is going to be at the wrong head level too. So different ways to take, and then you open yourself up to this angle before you even cover it. So you need to visualize the angles better in your head and peek them more properly. And to work on that, you can just it's just a mental effort you need to make every time you play the game, every time you play this map, to do things like that, and etc. See, here you do it more or less correct. You don't really stop too deliberately when you peek this angle. You kind of just like move past it in 2 quick successions, and The problem with that is if there's actually somebody there, you're already gonna be moving before you react to them being there, and then you have to stop again to shoot. And the point of you like peeking things one by one is to peek something, stop, get ready to shoot, peek something, get ready to shoot, peek something, get ready to shoot. You don't just like stop, 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 stop without actually taking time to get ready to fight in each time, because if somebody's actually playing there, you'll lose that fight if they're a decent player.
Thinking.
So you peek this, which is fine. When people play angles like this that are like bad angles, oftentimes there's gonna be one on the other side. They're like doubled up. They're playing like a crossfire. I think they're just bad, so they're not playing a crossfire. But like generally, there'd be someone on your left. You don't clear it at all. You don't even look at it. It's just it's good to have that in mind because that's typically what's going to happen. So to counter that, you'd like jiggle a bit, or you'd peek mid with people on both sides of it, so you guys can jiggle and fight. You guys can fight both sides at both sides at the same time. But yeah, that's all I have to say for that. Now you just get your postman. So you know they have shit guns. You know they don't really have an in to this round. You can just play mid, play in the window, play in on grass and behind the cardboard box. Just play somewhere to actually play the post plants. B post plants are better played from mid, not from insight. So you're holding the smoke really tight. If somebody is like in here with like a frenzy or something, they're not going to like come out to this level and then peek you ready to shoot you. They're going to be swinging in the site probably and just looking for something or like for a kill. So if you think they're going to be swinging from the smoke, usually from smokes people swing. So just hold your crosshair wider, also a bit higher. So probably like around like here is where is more likely someone's head is actually going to be where they end up running. This hold is just too tight. Usually you don't hold smokes very tight.
Placing sentry.
Huge dude.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, if someone has a Bucky, the angle you're playing is like an angle a Bucky would win. So you have a rifle, you might as well just play the angle that's better for you.
On site? Oh no. So yes, on site.
We win.
Not a big deal. Just some information for you. Yeah, again, you want to work on this B hop you have here. You messed it up twice now. What you would do is you would strafe when you do them. So just, you can look at my cursor and envision it. It's kind of weird, but you like this. If this is like the let's say this is the first cardboard box, and then this is the bigger cardboard box. You would jump straight to the right, B hop, jump on this box, and B hop again, and you never get stuck. And the whole time you're just like jump, 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 and you can land like pretty much where you're landing here, but you can do it faster. And you can pull your gun a bit earlier. But apart from that, that's just some nitpicking for you. You know they have an opsy now. Like again, you don't peek this angle consciously at all, and anyone holding here will kill you like 9 out of 10 times if they're equal skill with you or better. Same with this angle, you know. No, you don't put any effort into actually like checking it consciously. Even this angle, you peek things really lazily. It's like it's just like you're not so a really good Valorant player peeks every angle like there's somebody there, and they're always ready to actually fight at those angles. So let's give an example. Let's just say you're trying to peek this cubby on your left, this mid cubby. Let's say you thought someone was there, but you weren't sure. A bad player, if they're guessing, will just kind of like run over, look at it, and then look away, and you know that'd be their way of clearing the angle. But a better player would come up mid, deliberately peek the guy, get ready to shoot, and then get off the angle after he's sure nobody is there. So something that you might have done is like if you've ever like run down, like rush somebody, or cleared an angle, turned away, and then turned back because somebody's actually there, it means you're too lazy the first time, right? Like you take 2 takes to kill someone there because you weren't really ready to fight them the first time. And that's kind of what I feel like is kind of like what you're doing. You might not do that, but it's just like similar in like theory to what you're doing. But you really need to deliberately peek all these angles on B because you don't know if anyone's holding there or not, and they have rifles this round. Like if anyone's opping here, you for sure die too, right? They're not, but you know, if like look how wide this is, your crosshair's nowhere on it. It's just like it's just a bit, it's not deliberate enough. And same with here, like you peek like this wall deliberately, but the actual angle you're missing. So whenever you miss an angle like that, in your head you make a note. Oh, I peeked this wrong this time. Now I have a better idea of how to peek it for next time, and you want to kind of adapt that to your play.
standing.
On your left.
One more B, one more A-Link, one more A-Link, I heard him.
Nice, bro. Nice try. Let's go.
Yeah, so for the most part that round you played it fine. The angle thing, whatever. Jet walks into your crosshair, so you get the kill on her, but again, you did the right thing there. You're looking for picks since it's 3v5. Your goal is to look for a pick. You see Brim in garage, so you kind of walk path towards the garage, which is good. Brim dies to Reyna. You try to trade the kill. You can't find her. She dismisses. It's not a big deal. So overall, you played that fine, I'd say. I don't have any complaints with that.
I think we should go C next round probably. No matter the outcome.
Okay. I have my ult for shot. Just for me.
This like doing that is fine. So I know people like to do these double updraft kind of things. Personally, I'm not a fan unless you're very, very confident someone's playing there. So let's say like there are very few examples where I'd like it, but let's just say you're like a cent mid and you know someone's opping top mid, then it'd be pretty effective. But when you just do it blind like this, and when they have rifles and they're a bit harder to headshot, it's just a waste because odds are you don't find them and you have to commit 2 updrafts to it. If you wanted to like EQ in a site, you'd make so much more space for your team versus if you did it this way. You also are a bit late, so you're not really. You want to like hug Phoenix's body, so. This is something that you're gonna see people even in like Immortal and Radiant fuck up, like pathing, like proper pathing. I'm sure you've heard about this before, but if you pathed properly with Phoenix, you would be literally right behind him right now. Because like I said, to trade somebody, you're trying to 2v1 them. You're not trying to give them 2 1v1s. You're trying to 2v1 them, which means you're literally peeking with him or right after him. If somebody can ever kill you, reset at all, and kill the person who's behind you trying to trade, the trade is off. Like that's the timing is bad. It's a poor trade. No matter what the result is, no matter if they win or lose, it's just you could have played it tighter and better. And this is stuff that's more important in like a team play because that's where it really matters, and that's where you can work on it. Because obviously you're not going to build synergy with a random Phoenix in one game, but just so you know, that's the proper way to trade. And because you come out here and you start like walking back a little bit for some reason, you could have just hugged the Phoenix and followed him a lot closer. You could be probably about here right now, which is much better than where you are. And now you even end up behind the Killjoy, who's just behind you. But yeah, like, Phoenix is going to clear sight, just follow his body, you know? Like, yeah, there are jet smokes, whatever. You have fucking knives, and he's Phoenix ulted. You have to trade the Phoenix ulti. It's like a person. And if this was an actual player playing like this, and you played like this, then you're just, like, hardcore baiting this person. Like, yeah, you're not even... So I always make a distinction between baiting and being AFK. Because a bait implies that you let someone die so you can guarantee a kill. And Phoenix might die here, but that does not guarantee your kill. So you're just AFK right now. So yeah, just get closer to Phoenix, follow him and trade him. Honestly, if you were out with Phoenix, you probably would have seen the jet in this corner here if you just looked around a bit, because I don't think this smoke obscures this angle from Phoenix. So just hug Phoenix a lot tighter. Works out for you, nice. That's good. So the end result is the same, right? Like in the end, you get these kills, you take the site. But if you path with your teammates a bit faster, maybe they don't have to die, and maybe the kills are cleaner. And there's a world you don't get these 2 kills on site here, and then that's because your timing was off. So whenever you die, it's important to think about why you died. And let's say this round went bad for you. During that round, you should have thought to yourself, oh fuck, my timing was ass, I was late, and that's why we didn't clear the site. So as long as you recognize these things and can identify them as you play, you'll just get better as you play.
Placing alarm bot.
One on flank. And one teleported.
So you have a Killjoy turret here, so you're pretty safe, but it's CCT at least. But once Killjoy dies, this turret is going to go down. So as long as you realize that, it's good.
I think long.
So you know one is short now. You see the sorry, not short. Is this long? Oh yeah, okay. You know one's out short now. That's good info. That's the flank player.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. I don't have an issue with how you're walking and playing that because for the most part it's proper. You realize both of them are short. When you're walking to default box and the flashes in the air, there's totally a world where one of them swings on you and looks to kill you. You kind of luck out in the fact that they both tunnel on the Killjoy player and just like focus on her. But if they're more aware, they use that flash, they can also like peek side a little bit and you die there because you walked out a little bit slowly. And there's a time where you're just walking across the default and you're full blind, just walking across, and you totally could have gone peek there. Apart from that, at the end, just aim your knives. Just take your time. You know, it's not a big deal. Take your time a bit. The Reyna's fucking deaf, by the way, and if Reyna kills you, you probably lose the round since Killjoy has 1 HP. But yeah, just take your time. I'm sure you realize, you know, it's just a whiff, whatever. I don't usually give people too much shit for whiffing because you know when you whiff. Nobody whiffs and thinks, oh man, like that kill is so deserved. I got that was robbed from me. Everyone knows they whiffed usually. So as long as you know that and you don't whiff too often, then it's fine. You know, just work on it on your own time, however you choose to do it. But yeah, generally just being slower there would probably have gotten you that kill.
I can flash.
Close left corner. Oh fuck.
So a couple of things. Let's go back a bit in this round. I want to go all the way back to your Killjoy pathing. So you're a bit late to long. So Killjoy peeks it, sees nothing. Obviously, I think you know they can make it into here without you seeing them, no matter what. If they run at the start, they can always make it here, and odds are you're not going to hear them since you're going to be running too. The way you peek your angles is just a bit too lazy. Again, this is something that you have as a recurring theme now. So I will say you should definitely work on this. Just be able to peek each angle deliberately. Like just peek an angle, and then peek the next angle, peek the next angle. Just move, peek, move, peek, move, peek. Very clean, very sharp, and like actually peek the angles. So like here, this is the angle you need to peek, and your crosshair is way high and it's out. Your movement's not sharp enough to. You're peeking like this crosshair isn't holding anything, I guess, is what we're getting at here. You peek this angle, and this angle, all three at once, and you're ready for none of them. You're holding none of them properly. So just at the very least, pick one, and then work around that. It's just overall, this kind of discipline will help you win more fights. Just for the like in general, like if you play that way on every angle you peek, then you'll win your fights more often. And that's what like pro players are very good at doing. They're always ready to actually fight the angles, and because their game sense is better, they know exactly what angles they should be watching more often. And that's what differentiates between like most players and pro players, or like good players and pro players. Because at the higher level, everyone can fucking click the crosshair on someone's head who's swinging out. You know, that's not the challenge. The challenge is the mental part, the game sense, decision making, and all that kind of stuff. And here, so you're 20 HP. You know the guy has a Bucky. There's no reason you need to peek this. Like just look at your map real quick, and here is somewhere where you can actually bait your teammates a little bit more because they have eco guns, and you have this guy trapped in the corner. Just tell either of these two heroes to throw a molly. They both have mollies. They can both molly for you, and if you do that, you don't die here. And it's okay that you die here and you try to go for this. I'm okay with you trying to flush the guy out and you trying to like make room for your team, but in the end, just look at your map, take some time, and realize that your teammates can just molly him out.
I can flash.
Close left corner. Oh fuck.
Because your teammates know this guy's already here. They know where he is. So all you're doing by doing that is just giving your life up for free, because all the info you needed to get, they already know, and they have the utility to clear him out too. And I'm sure in hindsight you look at the situation and I'm sure you agree with me. But yeah, just some info for you. And they actually stacked Seaside this run because they had 2 garage, but not a huge deal. You're the only one who dies in that exchange, which is actually pretty good. The fact that Jet didn't kill you is really good for you guys. And I won't really watch this. This is not you. You win, expected. Good. So again, like even when you peek this default angle here, you're not really ready. Like if we how do I slow-mo this? Okay, if I slow this down to like 2.5 speed, hang on, just watch how you're peeking things. You're not really ready to fight any of these 3 angles like I mentioned before. You're peeking the same way you did last round, which you like. If I did this in a game, I would just think to myself, I would see this as I'm playing, like this screen. Like obviously, as you're playing, you see the screen, right? Since this happened, I would think, oh holy shit, I'm totally off on my crosshair placement here. And then next time I would try and correct it. So every time you correct it until it's finally on. Personally, I'd probably hold for this close angle here, or this plat angle. Pick one of the two depending on what's more likely, and then I'd also clear this angle, and then I would clear default. Those are like that being like my order of operations. And here, when you peek default, this is your default peek. First, crosshair is very high, and second, it's not even on the angle. So it's just when you really tighten it up, and if you can get your crosshair to be right here when you peek, that's good crosshair placement. Even if somebody is opping there, you can beat them if when you're peeking it like that. Just because around this elo and even a bit higher, the oppers aren't that quick and they're not always that awake, so they will not kill you that fast. And if your crosshair is on them when you peek, you just need to stop and shoot, and you can kill. So that's like an example where it benefit you a lot. Yeah, even here, this whole time you're moving. You almost never stopped in doing this whole procedure. And if you're not really peeking the angle and you're just hoping to stop, then you're a lot slower than you would if you just deliberately stopped. But we'll put it back to normal speed and just go from here. See, you're not holding this angle either. I don't know if it's just in a case of you. So first of all, I have no idea how many hours you have in the game. Maybe it's not that many, maybe it's a lot. But I don't. There's also a chance that you've just never been killed from here before. But even like in the first like 2 weeks of me playing, I've definitely been killed from somebody playing here before as I was coming up C long. And once that happened to me, I started realizing, oh, that's an angle they can play. I should clear this properly now, and so on. Same with the one on logs. There's one more up here. They can play anywhere along here. Honestly, they can play. But yeah, just unless you've never died to that before, you should be conscious of it. Also, this Brimsmoke on plat is fucking dog shit, and if I saw this, I would rage. Like, you're giving the guy plat somewhere to hide and play around that he doesn't have. It makes no sense. But besides the point, you're not playing Brimstone, so it's not like your fault or anything. When you entry, your crosshair is not. Your crosshair placement isn't quick and precise. I wouldn't classify it as like super quick, precise, and like able to make long turns sharply. I'm sure you've watched some of the pro players play, and you'd probably be like, holy shit, this guy's crosshair is so fucking sharp. It's always fucking dead on, and it just moves around so fast. And in that situation, that's what you want to look like when you're entering. So over here, you're kind of everywhere again. So you go through the smoke. Great, you do this. I don't mind this play at all. You come out here. And you're generally in the right place, but you're not really in the right place. You want to be on here on the dot when you peek, and your crosshair is just like stationary. You're just swinging and checking this through the smoke, and then you would turn and look at logs immediately. Yeah. So I think here you do decide to look at logs. It takes a bit. It takes a bit, and you're like going around the wall. You're like So this is okay what you're doing, but ideally you use your crosshair to round the corner smoothly. I think you know what I mean, but you have your crosshair on the corner and you just trace it smoothly, and that'll let you come out a bit faster when Yoru peaks. Also here, you know Yoru is backplat, you should call it. Phoenix hears it, but you heard it too when he died. Just some food for thought.
One backside.
Alright, so we'll speed up the VOD a little bit around here just because time is running a bit shorter and I'm not making that much ground. I've covered the crosshair placement thing and your like angle peaking a decent amount, so I won't focus on that too much anymore, and I'll try to look for other things as much as I can find them.
Quick peeks now.
I'm gonna yield the builders. Do you follow me, Jet?
Yes.
So again, same thing with the trading. I know I'm covering the same topic, but if you're actually behind Phoenix, your goal isn't... Okay, so Phoenix doesn't exist for you to find out where they are and then fight them yourself later. The Phoenix ulti exists to let you 2v1 someone. Imagine if you're behind Phoenix peeking this guy. Like, if you're right behind him peeking this guy, you insta-kill Reina. Reina is already dead. You're already running in garage. Maybe you're already, like, almost in the window here. Like, that's the power of peeking together and playing proper trading. This, what you're doing, you're giving her 2 1v1s. This is just another 1v1. She kills you here, she kills Phoenix 2 after, and you lose the round. So, good, just to consider.
Reloading.
Yeah, this kill, that kill is yours. That kill is so yours. You have to just peek her faster and just trade that. Again, yeah, work on the way you do this jump, because it's pretty inefficient. You might as well run on grass with the speed the jump is going. Oh, so this is better. Now you're peeking with the Phoenix. This is good. This is good. Yeah, so when Yoru... It's just a Yoru thing, but when Yoru bounces his flash off that wall, you know he's near you backside. Because For that angle to happen, he has to be behind the box or in CT. Just for your reference, if you didn't know already. But yeah, that's good. When Phoenix flashed and swung garage, you swung with him. That's the proper timing you want to hit.
Enemy spotted. Reloading.
So it's time for you to hold short again, but as soon as Killjoy starts going short, you might as well go too, right? Like now you just can't trade Killjoy. If she dies to someone, you cannot trade them. They will be reset ready to fight you after. Because then it's not a trade, it's just another 1v1.
Reloading.
Maybe just play it slow, guys. Maybe just play it slow.
Yeah, that wallbang doesn't actually clear that angle out. If you didn't know, it doesn't really hit them if they're tucked in the corner.
Peek anything?
You cannot clear the angle without actually peeking it.
Dealed. Watch the flank, somebody.
Once the Killjoy just needs to ult now. You didn't clear that corner, by the way. You got to clear. You think it's cleared, but you don't really know, right? This corner you're in front of though, this right corner, you can clear by being on the wall, see next to it, because it's a lot less deep than the one on the left. But yeah, this is taking too long.
Use the Killjoy ult at 1 minute. Okay, never mind.
No, yeah, he just used it instantly. Yeah, there's no benefit to waiting more time. Get this trade, nice. See, like here you're getting the trade. You're fighting with Killjoy together, and none of you even die. Like this is how you want to trade everything.
Turret out.
He steps on B. Might be flanking, boys. Beware.
Reyna is probably flanking.
Placing
Yeah. And she has 115 HP and a Vandal.
So this peak has no purpose, right? In this post plant, you play the 4v3 advantage. So that either means you set up crossfires, or you get in positions where you can set up crossfires, or if like where you are, so your teammates are already going on sewers. They're already playing the post plant positioning with Brim ulti and Raze ulti. I'm hoping, right? And you're stuck up short. Honestly, if you can, you probably just dash back to short and just play in short cubby. But let's say you don't have that kind of hindsight and you're not really thinking that far ahead. Well, first of all, you should be. But if you're not and you're stuck here, you just keep playing here. Because if you're here, you buy time. But if you push CT and you die, that's one less person they need to worry about. Since for every one of you alive, they're checking sight and playing it more slowly. So if you're just sitting there, and maybe you play off the alarm bot, maybe you play off the Killjoy stuff, maybe you just peek on a different timing, but this is so early, it's unnecessary, and the way you peek it, you're not ready to fight someone in the hallway. You need to use your crosshair to round the corner. You don't, so your crosshair would be on this wall, and as you're peeking out to the right, your crosshair stays on this wall the whole time. It just doesn't move. And if you do that, you can fight the hallway more clearly. But you already put your crosshair in the wall and try to like pre-aim this corner out here, but they can be already up. You're just being lazy, right? So just clear the corner and track the corner as you go. See, you're already getting ready to fight that angle, but he's already here. So if you clear the, if you had a crosshair on the corner, your crosshair would be right here, and you could fight this person much easily. And you lose this, which is really bad, right? Since you got 0 value, and it stalled them all for almost no time. So at the end of the day, when this bomb plant, you're just playing for time. Yeah, again, not a huge fan of that just because it wastes a lot of time. No real reason to use your updrafts like that since they're pretty impactful later on too, especially with knives. So your teammates don't clear out jet. You also don't clear out anything garage, which is... I know you don't think there's going to be someone there because of what's happened, and that's okay. But as a good habit, it's good to check because even at higher levels, people will just play in unexpected positions just to catch you off guard, and you can totally just die there.
Maybe we should rotate again.
Two in eco, bro.
Yeah, like here you come out and you clear here, but you don't look at all at anywhere on site. And if anybody's on site, they're just going to kill you coming out of garage like that. That kill is really important. No, you just run A. You just run A. You should call it. Raze calls it in chat. Yeah, go A. You should just call your teammates to just like run A, and that should be the call. And then you can say like run A, check your corners because you stage might have pushed up or something, whatever.
Je pense que tu peux prendre ton couteau là. Ouais, je vais pas te dire de conneries.
Yeah, so the way you're playing that is actually fine. Sage comes up grass, and that's your gambling. That's what you're gambling is not gonna happen, and it happens. You know, whatever. You learn, you live and you learn from it. Maybe next time you just play tucked in here, you hold grass instead, and you go fling CT like late after they plant. You know, different ways to approach it. But that's what should be going through your head when you die like that. You should think, oh shit, I died. Where did I fuck up? I guess I assumed they were retarded and wouldn't check me. And now that you know, oh, they're actually smart enough to, maybe you switch up your gameplay to play around that kind of thing. And you learn that for next time, and you play differently. You guys align up for this? Then you probably win this round, huh? Yeah, you win this round, it looks like. Brimstone is great. So you guys leave B completely open. You hear one grass. So again, look, you're holding this corner so tight. If they run in garage, nobody's peeking you this tight. They're gonna be at least like here. When you're closer, you'd hold wider, and when you're further, you'd hold tighter. As like a general rule, if you want to follow a general rule. But again, you know, not always true. So it's good. You crouch here for an off angle, which is good. That's something I haven't seen anybody else do in like the VOD reviews I've been given, but that's good. You want to crouch for off angles. Works out for you. Nice. So this repeat is a bit aggressive. After you turn the flash, you can hold a bit, but your end goal is to get out. So dashing sideways isn't what you want to do. You want to dash backwards. Because if they're actually sending like 4 in garage and you have a classic and half HP, you're not going to kill them, right? It's just not going to happen. So just play your life a bit more, play time, and just play a bit safer. You're looking for guaranteed kills. Like your first kill, it was okay because you're at an off angle and you couldn't run away. But by the second kill, you can already run away, so why not run? Like if you have a rifle there and you can like just you think you're gonna be a fucking human aimbot and just kill everyone, fine. But with a classic, you just cannot. It's not possible that you get those kills since they don't even die to one headshot. So yeah.
I stopped the
Time for a field test.
running A.
Okay, I'm rotating.
So the jiggles are fine. Jump peeking is better here. If you don't know how to jump peek, go look up some videos on doing it in Valorant. I think Dapper has one. The pro DAPR, Sentinels Dapper. I think he has a video that would be helpful to you because it's much safer, and the way you're doing it, you can easily die there. There's it's not likely, but it's very possible. And when you jump peek, it's almost 0. So yeah, good info to have. I'll fast forward a bit since you're on your rotate. Your teammates get really good kills here actually, and you hear Euro TP into hell, I think.
One under. Are you sure?
Regardless, this is your 3v3 now.
Just thinking, okay.
Yoru push CT. Your crosshair is just not really doing anything right now. You know, it's really lazy. You want to have your crosshair always active, like always actually ready to fight something. You're just too carefree with it. Also, you don't check those left here. You actually don't check a lot of angles, and I don't know why, but you probably do want to check these angles. It's just ideal. Yeah, that round's pretty unwinnable. You should go heaven and try to find some picks, honestly. But earlier, it'd be better if you didn't find Yoru, because the only way you find Yoru, the only way you get any value from going back down the heaven stairs is if Yoru goes up heaven to fight you. And I don't think he even knows you're heaven for sure, so odds are he's just gonna like AFK, and then you might as well just sit in heaven and wait for him to come back, or wait for his teammates to come plant A. And if they don't go A, they go to a different site, then, you know, that sucks, it happens. Either way, that round was not in your favor.
Alarm bot out.
C, step C.
Yeah, you don't, as a general reference, you don't want to leave B like open like this. Like if you really want to play like this, tell Killjoy to put a turret on B, maybe she like kind of hovers between the two sites. But you don't want B open. Like you want to have someone in the links, at least like holding like the cross, but just something, you know. 'Cause if they just go B and plant right now and then play post plants, your chances of winning the round go down like 30%, if not more. So you jiggle this at first, but imagine if you just peeked it deliberately, Yoru would be dead, and then maybe you can turn around and watch long, and you can kill Reyna too. There's like a world, right? It's slim, but it's possible. But the way there's no point in jiggling that because you have nowhere to run to. Usually you jiggle for info to back off and run or reposition, but you don't have anywhere to run, so you might as well just have peeked it in the first place. That is kind of a player preference thing, but I think it's a better default habit to have than the way you approached it. What the fuck? Okay, I guess you are lagging a little. But yeah, no big deal.
On like, I don't know. I had like good ping all of yesterday, and I still had like super hardcore lags. That's why I'm like.
You're gonna have like the stat that shows your like packet loss and your ping together. It's probably more your packet loss. Having a show tick rate doesn't really do anything, so you might as well turn that off. Yeah, that's about it. But again, you're holding this really tight, and holding it wider is probably a bit safer, just because it's so close. Euro flash window, they can just go up B now, or garage. Euro TP'd somewhere, you should call it. Works out for you. I'd honestly smoke and get a gun here. Phoenix can see. Phoenix already checked this. He looked in the window. Phoenix already saw outside here. You're worried for no cause right now. Phoenix was so there. Phoenix saw one. You need to be more aware of your minimap as a whole. I think you're kind of tunneling on certain things and not realizing. But yeah, Phoenix saw Sage in grass. Now you hear it so late. Imagine you heard that earlier. Imagine you saw it earlier. You turn around and killed her. Easy trade. Now you have another 1v1 you need to fight. See, now you lose that huge thing. And these are the kinds of things that like affect whether you win or lose rounds. So that's what you want to be playing for. Just open your eyes to the map really hardcore and just stay focused on everything.
You will not kill my ally.
So if you sit in this corner, they know you're here. So how do you get them to be less certain of where you are? Drop a smoke. You drop a smoke right here. They don't know if you've run away or not. You could go in the smoke and peek it. You could just sit here the whole time and hope they think you've already left. You could throw a smoke, dash into the wall to like fake dash that you dashed out. Like so many options you have in your kit. Like as Jet, you have so many options to get out of positions like these. So you just got to use them. The way you're playing this, they know you're here, and then you swing this. Like I said, you're not peeking this deliberately. You're just swinging it and hoping you're gonna stop and shoot someone in the head, which is just an unnecessary gamble. You lose your gamble, and you know there we are. The way you're playing like that would only work against people who are clearly worse than you. So I play like that when I smurf. When I play in like lower elos, that's how I play. I just swing and I'm gonna stop and shoot people in the head because I'm just faster than they are and better than they are. But then you can't play like that if you're trying to climb or playing in like near to your actual skill level, because it just you'll get punished for it like that. People aren't like that bad, and you're not that cracked yet. So yeah, just stuff to consider.
People taking Orb C long?
You could have just got like over here. I opt to just use my armor and like my full armor, pistol, and knives over Judge and light armor, but it's personal preference. So if you don't like knives that much or not too comfortable using them, then it's fine. But if you pop your knives here and just swing, I'm not opposed, because you can jump out, float, look for 2 knives, and just dash away, and you're fine. Like the chances of you dying are super low. You're lagging a bit though, yeah, that's for sure. And this is about the time. So this C player is either going back mid to work mid, or they're gonna walk up C to get some ground. So regardless of what happens, if you had knives here and you just took a little peek here, you get so much info. And if nobody's here, you can just walk down long C, because odds are they're going back to B and going back mid. This is like where your game sense kicks in, and you're like, oh, they just lost players all around the map. The person who was defaulting C is probably going to try either panic and will rotate back, or realize that he should be working a pick on C, because that's his only option of into the round. Your Killjoy needs to be in garage, by the way. You can tell her to play garage, but whatever. She's gonna play it just a little bit slow, so fine. Yeah, like what you're doing isn't like quote unquote bad, because you're not going to die, but you would get so much value if you just like jiggled long C, peeked long C, and then walk down it. Or if there's someone there and you're going to die, just dash out. You know, like you're playing fucking Jet. This is where your power in your kit comes from. You can watch people like AC or Tens play Jet. Any of the Jet players who are good and don't op, they show you how to use Jet's dash and how to use her aggressively to get value out of her kit. But the way you're playing her, you're not. I don't think you've like almost ever gotten value out of her kit. Like the most you've done is dash on the C with the smoke. It's fine, but like you play any hero with the flash, you get the same result. But here, when you play Jet, you have unique value because you can get out of places nobody else can get out of, and that's where you have to capitalize on it. Otherwise, you might as well play something else, you know? Because it doesn't seem like you like the op either way. And even if you're opping, the same thing applies. You're just looking to get value out of your kit, so you can take aggressive angles, you dash out, and that's just the whole concept of Jet. Oh, so I get asked this a lot, but if you're ever curious about how, so here you see someone B, here's your chance. You gotta push, get some info. Like you need to like do something. Even if you don't want to pop your knives, just jiggle this, smoke and dash out. You know, anything. But I get asked this a lot. How you dash right on Jet? Personally, I have it bound on E still. I take a middle finger off W and I put it on E and press it. Like some people can't do that, I guess. But if it bothers you, rebind it to like mouse button or something. Just some food for thought. You do the right play, but so late, you know, no new reason for it to be this late. This is good. The setup is fine. Your kill turret's still on C anyway, so you don't even need to be there in reality. Yep. Them being on A is the very logical, likely play. I think you might just win this round before you even get there, right? Oh, no you don't. Let's see what happens. So Faker's on the default box, kills your two teammates. Peeking for no reason, and your teammates CT are baiting hardcore. It does work out for you, but yeah, that's rough. Your teammates need to trade each other better. So they're probably just not trading each other properly, right? They're probably just pathing like slowly, not properly, and that's what happens when you play like that. Peeking too early, peeking too late, all the sins. Your garage is totally open right now. They could be walked up in the garage through window right now if they wanted to. This is like a huge gap. Like, there's always a gap in your defense wherever I look. Either it's like on B or in garage, and you don't need to be here with Killjoy on C, right? So just cover your gaps. If you want to try, if you're not comfortable playing garage and you only know how to play close here, you can also try playing in the window here. The way you play this is you sit here and you hold the slit in the cross, and very few people will actually go into the hallway backwards looking to clear you. It's very rare. The only con to this play is you get spammed and you just fucking die. So you play there until you get spammed, and if you never get spammed, you can play there forever, you know? That kind of thing. If they smoke you off window, you can jump on the ledge and get ready for a super fast flank. I've gone like many 4Ks, 3Ks doing that. Just different ways you can like, I'm giving you ideas of where else you can play.
It's.
Euro TP'd on site. You gotta hear that. So if you can't differentiate between Euro's flash and his TP sound, first you have to learn that. But second, you have to react to the sound that happens right next to you. But yeah, you gotta react to that audio cue. That's all. I think this video might have been older, so Euro might have been newer. But yeah, just make sure you can do that. You use your knives. You're so poor. Let me see something. Only a 4-line armor? Wow, that's rough. Yeah, but no. You can only afford light armor. Nothing you can do about it. Yeah, I like being able to see my ping at the top. I don't know if you turn it off for like a mental reason or something, but not a bad stat to have. Yeah, again here, all your crosshair placements, all your crosshair placement is just not deliberate. This box angle is also tighter. It's pretty much just over the boxes where people usually end up peeking. It's unlikely they go all the way along the back wall to peek garage. It's just not as common as the other one. Well, obviously it does happen occasionally. I'm totally cool with you walking on mid here. Yeah, get in the smoke. You fuck your jump up. You see one grass. You see one here. So you gotta be faster on the reaction time to what your teammates see. So you see this guy already, and you jump again delayed. That's like a 3-second window where you just didn't realize. You're still not realizing. Yeah. Luckily your Brim gets a kill, but you're in the position to perfectly get that free kill. So yeah, just be a bit more aware of your minimap when you play. You heard them mostly towards A side, so that's where you should be focused on. You round these corners so lazily. Again, I'm sorry to keep picking on you over and over for the same thing, but it's just you keep doing it, so I keep mentioning it. Yeah, you can take your time a bit more there, aiming. They don't have mics, I guess. You see Sage.
Yeah, less long, less long.
Where is she?
Long, long, long. She shot at me.
Sure.
And okay, so you're holding your crosshair here. If this guy's actually long, he comes up. He's gonna peek you from like here. Yeah, he's not gonna be in the back if he's like long. He's probably gonna be peeking you from close. So either just don't play this angle, or you can move somewhere else.
Let's take revenge and rotate.
But you're actually lagging a decent amount. Your smokes also don't really do anything. But yeah, your teammates, like, your Brim got on your body to play with you, but you should be just be going back to them to play with them. Because in the end, it doesn't matter where Sage goes, you just need a 3-man traitor and you win the round. The key is you want to win the round. You don't need to get greedy, you don't need to, like, you have to deny her the plant. Like, it's nice, but in the end, you want to win the round. You see, she's way higher than you're anticipating, and she's even in the middle. If she really wanted to get up close and peek you, she'd be like all day like fucking Godzilla over your crosshair. But like, yeah, again, you're holding for if she's all day in the back walking. But think about her. Why would she walk back to the back and then peek short? You know, just it's so counterintuitive, and you just want to think about it from her POV. Either way works out for you. You don't lose. Whatever. Fantastic. Okay, you're playing like around B side now. That's good. You can hold it here. So I'm just pausing here to show you. If you're a bit further back and you hold this line, don't peek the archway at all. You just see them when they walk in. You almost never go into B, go up here and then look in the links. Usually you're looking back side already by then, so you have like a pretty easy kill on the person who's walking in. Typically you check the links from the opening, but if you play back, you won't be seen.
Probably go see.
Okay, and when you run through here and rotate, you should always have your crosshair looking mid, because they can be on the box, ready to shoot you with an op. They can be up mid, walking up, just holding you, and they hear everything you're doing. This running and stomping you're doing, they hear. So at higher levels, people will lurk in and abuse you for this. You hear the Euro TP, actually. You hear him TP in garage. Brimstone kills him, but like again, you're not really ready to trade. If you hear him, you walk in the smoke quicker, you jump up quicker, and you get ready to kill him quicker. You have the fast flank here. This is good. Nice, nice. Fantastic.
She was on A. You probably have the.
Recall that she's on A here.
She's full HP.
You guys play together, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. You hear her. You're a bit slow on these reactions, but yeah. And here? Okay, so when Reyna E's at you like this, just push out and follow her. You're going to win, right? If she cancels in your line of sight, you should win. And if you don't, then hold your mouse tight there. I don't fucking know. You know, just win. You know what I'm saying. But just swing out a bit and hold her. I can't tell you like how many people just miss because they're not like as far out as they should be. Like you let her get behind this wall, it's losable. But if you don't let her get behind the wall, it's a lot easier to play. And when she's in that form, you can still track her head, so you can headshot her when she gets out of it. But yeah, she jumped a bit harder. Either way, she should have died there faster.
At least 2 of the.
Yeah, you see how passive they're holding this? They can walk into B here, and they can walk up and go flank garage. You have to spot the cross the opening. That's the way to play this. Lag a bit. You win this fight, which is fine, but it's a dangerous fight, right? You took a hardcore 50-50. And if they're holding you, it's worse than that for you. And if you just held across, that's like a 70-30. So just a better habit overall to do it that way. I think Euro just TP'd backside. Did he not? No, could be wrong. Sorry. I didn't listen too carefully. Okay, now you hear his TP. You should try and keep track of it, especially if you're at like an elo or your TPs are really efficient.
Shit in fucking B though.
So you hear the shit in B, but who cares? Like it's outside B, but your teammate died in fucking CT. That means they're in A site. So you should be already rotating A and getting ready to fight A. This TP, like, you know, like not a big deal. This guy's like okay, this guy's retarded. But if you just kill his TP and then you go A, it's just more efficient overall because he should never be taking that TP. Everyone can hear it from like CT area.
Let's go. They are short or long. One is long, one is long.
Last player standing.
This is good. I like that you tapped it. So this is played fine. It's really good that you tapped it fast because people have an issue where they don't tap the bomb. Very good you tapped it. You kill Brim, you think the other guy's short, so you go back to the bomb. Totally fine. She's still fucking long for whatever reason. Whatever, not your fault. You played that fine.
Get out of my way.
Maybe next time you can hold long for like a second or two after you kill Brim, just to be sure. But again, nothing you really did wrong. I would not fault you for anything there.
Left, raise.
Your garage is open, by the way.
3.
I got flash. From doors.
Yeah, so like you know, the first flash should tell you that he's in garage, right? And then you know he's garage. Why are you like so AFK?
There is somebody right now.
Like here, I'm already like what the fuck? I did not hear anything, and that means oh, it's from fucking garage. So then I drop a smoke, and it's time to fucking like peek long or fucking leave. Pick one of the two. Right here, I'd flash in front of this box. Honestly, as soon as I'm blind, I would just drop a flash. Probably it's so risky because if they go faster, they can see you. But I either worst case right here, I throw a flash here, or I throw a flash here, or both, and then I run sight, dash sight, whatever. And you have knives. It's like the last round. You should really. I don't know if you used them already. Maybe you did, but if you didn't, use them earlier in the round to get the animation out. You can go back sight, fucking updraft, and look for some kills, whatever you want, you know.
Flash.
Yeah, now you just die without using it. You dashed the wrong way too. You know, like a lot of things you should be more aware of. I guess you win this round, maybe. Okay, no, you actually lose here. So, yeah, I think this has been a pretty informational VOD review for you. There are a lot of things here that you can like really incorporate in your gameplay, and it's not stuff that's like blatantly bad or like wow, that's so bad. But it's just like a lot of little things you can like brush up on, work on, and just like hone a bit more that will help you just play better and have more consistency in your games. And yeah. For anyone else watching, I hope you enjoyed this VOD review. For everybody, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to message me. And I hope you learned something. I hope this helped.